girl.
I am tall.
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 What's people's
So I
definition
feel
of a
like
tall
obviously the
girl?
question would be, what's everyone's height?
Yeah, I can start. I'm on that. I'm 6'5".
I'm 6'1".
I'm 6'2", Jesus.
Oh yeah,
6'3".
yeah, they
I'm
tall
6'1".
as hell.
I'm 6'1".
I'm 6'2".
Oh,
Period.
What?
I love it.
Okay, I feel like we should all be friends.
Wait, can I just say when I was coming
They
in, like I was
tall.
so scared I couldn't see anything, and I'm always looking for like things to avoid when I'm walking. My
Literally
biggest
same.
fear was just I don't want to hit anything.
Yeah.
Right, it's so embarrassing.
I'm very unaware of like my feet.
I'm
Can we
so
do shoe
clumsy.
size as well?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
good one.
men's 12.
I'm a woman's 11
Oh my
and a men's
God.
9.5.
Yeah, I'm the same as her. I'm a women's 11 and a men. Well, I guess it depends on the shoe.
Yeah, it does.
I'm women's 11, men's 9.5, same.
Women's 12. I don't know men's size.
Women's 11, men's 9.
I'm a women's 10.
Or
Did
men's twice
anyone here
Men's 12 is huge.
Oh, I didn't either.
Were
Nah,
you
I was in
always
band.
cast as
Yes. Oh.
like the mom or like
Yes, the mom, the funny character.
The funny
like,
character.
never the love interest.
never the love interest.
Oh my gosh.
Because
I
the actors
feel
are
you.
like 5'6".
Yo, literally.
See, and that's my fear. Like, I want to do
Right.
acting, but I'm like, I'll never, ever have that experience.
Sometimes shorter girls have a higher voice, so I was like, if someone has a really high voice, I feel like that's gonna give it away.
But
Because
also, like,
seriously.
seeing diversity in
Yeah.
heights from relationships is nice. Like, the person I'm seeing is shorter than me, and people are always giving me
Yeah.
crap for it.
Me too.
What's the height
Yeah.
difference?
He's 5'9",
My
and I'm
boyfriend
6'1".
is 5'11", and I'm 6'2", so 3 inches.
Do you guys like have any like cutoffs like you would only date this short?
Nah.
I did for a bit, but I was like, you know what? I'm raising my standards. Literally. Like, you gotta be this tall to ride this ride. Like, so,
Yeah,
like,
just having that, like, being like, oh, they have to be this high, you're missing out probably on just a lot of people.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Do you feel like you can't wear like shoes? I want to talk about heels.
Oh, I
see,
love heels.
See, I don't like wearing heels anyway. So it's like, if I
Yeah,
wear
see, okay, so my thing is that I'm like 5'7", 5'8". But granted, like all throughout like middle school and high school, I've always been like 5'7", 5'8". And like I was always taller than people. So it was just like when it came down to me wearing like heels to certain events or whatever at school or whatever, I would just not wear them because I didn't like being taller. Like I don't like being taller than majority of the boys. Like I don't like them. Cause the boys, they just wasn't growing at all.
them is mainly for modeling.
It took
or
6
for, like,
years for
different-
them to
I
get
mean,
taller
what I
than me.
do. But it's like, I don't want to stand out even more.
I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
flexible. I love my sandals. I love my sneakers.
I'm wearing sandals right now.
Yep, you know what I mean? Like, just have my toes done. Like, you can still, like, pull some fits with some sandals and, like, cute flats.
Yeah.
Like,
Shit.
I
You know
just
what I
feel
mean?
like I'm already 6'2". I might as well be 6'5" or
Literally.
6'6". Like
Yeah.
that's the first thing they notice. So
Right.
Oh,
for
that's
me,
the-
I like
Yeah.
platforms. I like.
I hate how old girls just agreeing with whatever because she was just like, yeah, I love my sneakers. I don't really like being taller. And the other girls are like, oh, I might as well be this tall. I might as well wear my heels. And then she was like, yeah, literally. Girl, pick a side. You don't know what you want, that's fine. But girl, be serious. And I don't even know who's. It might be old girl in the yellow. I feel like it might be her.
Heels.
What is a quote that people always say to you, but nobody can have the same answer?
Wait,
So
wait.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay, you go first.
I'll go first. It's like, wow, you're tall. Like they say it like
Oh.
right. They
Oh,
say it
yeah.
like-
Took the one.
No way.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to. I was first.
no, those generic ones, like, oh, what's the weather up like there? That's,
Yeah.
like, literally when you're, like, elementary school type.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Do you play basketball? For me, it's
you
always
play
what
basketball?
sport do you play?
Yeah.
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 Lauren, she didn't really talk very much. It was in an earlier round where you don't really have much to go off of but vibes.
Or like it's a waste if I'm
Yeah.
not playing that sport.
Yes.
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 I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm literally a klutz. I don't think you want me.
No, literally. Like the basketball coach in my high school was like, just stand there and just put your arm back. And I'm like, that's
It
not how that
won't
works.
Literally.
Is anybody an athlete?
Oh, I'm a basketball player. So, but
I used to play volleyball in school, and
high
I
school?
did swim. Yeah, but nowadays I fly trapeze.
oh my goodness.
You do what?
I fly trapeze.
Oh, whoa, that's sick.
That's really cool. That's scary.
That
I'm
would be
afraid
tough
That's
to be tall
unique.
because like you have a lot of body to.
It's actually better to be tall.
I don't know who the short one is. What?
Find that shorty.
They just
I'm
voting
gonna go to
people
that first
off.
was shocking because being tall is the first thing that people see in my daily life. And so for people to believe that I wasn't tall was a first for me.
I have a
It made
question,
no
like,
sense,
what's
but I
everyone's
couldn't pick
background?
anyone.
And are your parents tall?
I'm white, and yeah, both of my parents are tall. My mom is 6 foot, and my dad is 6'3", and my brother's 6'6". So a little tall family.
I'm Mexican. My mom's 5'7", my dad's 6'4", and my 15-year-old brother's 6'3".
Wow, okay. My mom is 5, she likes to say she's 5'9", but she's not. She's like 5'8 3/4". And my dad is like 6 foot. But I get my height from my mom's side of the family. So I have cousins and they're like 6'6" and 6'9". And I had like a great grandmother that's like 7'1".
Goddamn.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
but it's like all on my mom's side.
Yeah.
So that's where I get my height from.
She was going into
Yeah,
a
she had
lot
to-
of detail about her family. Something like the mole would do is just be very, very detailed than necessary, and I think that's what most liars do.
That had to be necessary though, because if she's saying her mom is 5'8" and her dad only 6 foot, then somewhere she had to get 6'3". Like that's why I feel like she explaining herself. But sometimes they do be over explaining themselves, so I'm not too mad at her.
I'm sorry.
My mom's Korean, my dad's white, and people always are like, oh, it must be like your white side where you get your height from or something, but actually my Korean side's really tall. My uncle's over 6 foot.
So what about her over
Sister's
explaining
over 6
herself?
foot. My doctor thought I would, cap out at 5'11", but I just kept going. I admittedly fibbed during the group round about like saying that a lot of my family is tall because I thought that it might be suspicious.
I'm black, and my
She's the liar? Don't tell me if she's the liar, I swear, because I called her out from the get-go.
mom is 5'7" on a good day, and my dad like wants to believe that he's 6'3".
Don't they all?
Is, right. I think he's 6'2", because I can see over the top of his head when I'm wearing shoes. And again, I'm 6'1", and I'm an only child.
It's crazy because she has a similar experience that I do where her parents are shorter than her and she's an only child. I'm like, are you trying to take my thing? Because
My whole family is tall on both sides. My mom is 5'10", my dad is 6'4". I have an older brother and he's 6'3". My grandma is actually the shortest person in my family and she's 5'7". So,
wow.
can I ask where y'all buy pants?
Old Navy. Old
Really?
Navy. I'm
Yes.
an Old Navy stan till
Old
the day
Navy
I
too.
die.
Me too.
If
Love
I go
'em.
to Old Navy, it's only because I need pants quick, but I know that I'm still gonna be like 2 inches short, so I'm gonna be high watering it
We're
intentionally.
cuffing.
Classic.
We're cuffing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thrift a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And so it's always like a 1-by-1 case, scenario.
You gotta like look at the bottom of the pant rack
Know
when
exactly
you're
what's
thrifting.
hanging down. And sometimes just skip straight to the men's section and
Yeah.
see what happens.
And the docks to like hide the ankles.
Stop.
We have
Yeah.
pants that are a little too tall.
Literally.
I
I
also
was
have like a feeling about just being tall because for me, when you're taller at a younger age, you're deemed more mature.
Yes.
So I just feel like alongside
Yeah.
with just people staring, it just sucks. Like,
It's
as
fetishized
women, you know how it is.
Right.
So
Yeah, I get I won't say it happens a lot. There was like this one guy in particular, or maybe two, but he would come up to me and be like, "Oh well, we're the same size laying down." Like,
Oh.
dude,
Get
this
'em.
is horrible.
No, the worst pickup line is like, "Can I climb that tree?"
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate that
Yeah,
one.
that's annoying.
I've been getting
That's
nightmares.
annoying.
Oh, let's make a D1 baby.
Oh, that one
Yeah.
too.
And I
Yeah,
had
'cause they're
this
trying to
like
blend in.
really bad memory at a summer camp where I was sitting and everyone else was dancing and no one asked me because I was so tall. And some guy came up to me and was asking me to dance and I stood up and I was taller than him.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my bad, I didn't realize you were a man." And I was like,
What?
at that age that hurt. But
Girl,
looking
what's
back,
his name? I will find him.
he dodged a bullet.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would have been the end of that dance right there.
But it really just
That's what I
clears the
Yeah. Well, and they come up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're so tall," and ask these questions. But like, I feel like you wouldn't ask that to a short person. You'd be like, "Wow, you're so short."
Like you would. Well, I mean, I think sometimes that does happen.
Yeah, sometimes they do be asking short people questions and stuff. Who they finna vote out?
Actually, it's high.
Between who?
Sorry.
Me, Hannah, did you know? You guys can have 60 seconds.
What?
Okay, really quick, what's like a unique experience that like short people wouldn't have had?
I have a friend who's like 4'9", and I was FaceTiming her the other day, and she started freaking out because she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that's your like daily vision," because my head was like above the fridge, and
yeah.
it didn't occur to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, most people don't see the top of their fridge."
I mean, for me, I think it's just reaching stuff. Like, my friends are a lot shorter than me, so I just feel like I can just reach a lot of stuff for them. I worked in retail, like, when I was in high school. So
I don't know. I
just
feel
being
like
able to
it's
help
yellow
customers, like, grab the
cardigan.
tallest thing off, like, the highest shelf possible, like, was a plus for me.
When Janelle was talking about reaching at the top of a shelf, I was like, yeah, I do that all the time, but like I'm never reaching at the most high shelf of a grocery store. Like I can't even reach that. So either she's really, really tall or not tall at all.
Who is it? Ooh, I knew they was small around. But I don't think it's
I was really
her. I'm not
surprised they
sure.
voted me out because I was bringing a lot of personal experiences.
If you guys think the mole is still in the box and want to keep playing, raise your hand.
Have you ever done anything to make yourself like not, how do I explain this? Okay, like when I was, not to shrink myself, but almost the opposite. Like when I first went to college, I dyed my hair pink because I specifically was like, I want to be known as the girl with pink hair, not the tall girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Oh.
also had pink hair at one.
Okay, quick little story time in the middle of this, but I remember when I first went to this one school. It's gonna be real quick. I remember I first went to this one school, and then there was this one girl who like literally made her whole entire personality trait being the tall girl. So when I came on the scene, and like I said, at the time in elementary school, I was taller than almost everybody. So when I came on the scene, and I was like almost at her height. I think she was an inch taller than me, but at the time I really didn't care. I didn't want to be known as a tall girl. Like that's just what I didn't want to be known as. But that's all that she had. So the second I came on the scene, she tried to like make it seem like I was threatening basically her whole entire personality, because that's what only people knew her by, was being a tall girl. So when I came through or whatever, I was actually nice and funny, and I actually like had a good personality to come with me being tall. So it got to the point where people rather like mess with me, be friends with me, and I became more known than she did because she didn't have no other personality besides being tall. Like I remember that, and I will never forget that at all, because that was the most funniest time. Like she literally didn't like me just because I had a personality, as long as also well along me being tall, and she did it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I think for me, it was like, if people are gonna stare at me and they're gonna fixate on me no matter what I do, I'd rather they remember me for something that I do rather than
Intentionally
what I
just my
look
genetics.
like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, for me, I haven't really entered my adult phase yet.
Right.
So I'm kind of still in that teen era. So I'm kind of the opposite. I kind of
How
do a lot
old?
too. Like,
I'm sorry, but with this face mask on, you look about 40 years old. What do you mean teen era? You still a teenager? And I guess that's why the makeup you did is so mediocre. But I mean, like, I don't know. She gonna need to take that mask off for me to see her as so-called still in her teen era.
like shrink myself. Like in photos, you will never catch me standing up straight unless it's a basketball photo. But like I'll always be slouching, or like when I'm like with friends, I'm always like really cognizant like how much taller I am than them. So like
I feel like
hopefully
she is
someday
taller,
I'll be
though.
as confident as all of you
I know
beautiful
you
women
guys are
and
amazing. I'm older than everybody.
wear the
here. I'm
heels and
just like,
everything.
dang. It's annoying to be like, especially with my name. I have a unique name. So if someone is like, oh, I was just talking to Kira the other day, like, oh, the tall one. What other Kiras do you know?
Right.
Like, so why do you have to?
Kira's not that unique.
You know, that always comes in. Like I've had people come after me like in the hall at school, like, hey you tall girl, hey you. I'm like, I have a name.
Like there was one round where Tatiana was a little quieter, and so I was like, oh, is she running out of things that she's to say?
I feel like you're all
Short.
tall.
Just like,
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're short,
Say
can you
something
just say,
suspicious.
just say that you're short. Go ahead. Oh my god.
Haha. I don't know. I feel like it's yellow cardigan, but I could be wrong.
I had no idea people were suspicious of me at all. I was shocked when I got voted out. You could see it in my face.
You want to keep playing because you think that there's still a short girl among the four of you in that box.
Y'all gonna have to
1, 2.
wrap this up.
If the box turns green, the 4 people split the cash prize because you have correctly voted people out.
We trust
I
you.
hope y'all are tall.
I know.
The box is
Who was he?
Period. Okay, I called
Don't tell me it was the last girl. It was the old girl. Wait.
You're so little.
I was a bit startled at first, especially when I turned and saw her standing next to me, and it was a very large height difference.
Nice to meet you all.
You can high five
Bye.
up here so she can't read.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
You guys are awesome. I'm 4'11".
Oh,
yes. But it's actually crazy because you guys are bringing up, like a lot of people bring up stuff about your height, and I've never really thought about that because I get that a lot with me, like almost on an everyday basis of being short.
Yeah, I have a short friend. She's like 5 foot.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not a regular friend. She's a short friend. And so it's like we literally have almost the same experience. It's just flipped.
Different,
So,
right?
yeah.
Exactly reversed.
So it's like we send each other like tall and short.
She's short
And
as
you can
hell.
support each other. And my sister, she's actually 6 foot. So I basically took her persona. She gave me like her whole life story. I mean, I already know it because I'm her sister.
I felt like I was looking up at a lot of the women around me. And I was like, this is amazing. I rarely feel this way. It was super empowering to see and meet these other beautiful women that have experienced the same thing as me.
Could you tilt down? Yeah, lower, lower. There we go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
He like
Thank you so much to all
5'7".
of our tall queens. High five.
Oh my goodness.
This is like,
Like a stack.
I would be pissed if I missed out on that money.
Extra height. Hello?